welcome back to ESBR Boxing's YouTube channel. Delighted, as always, to be joined by Elliot Grigg. This is a final prediction video for the WBC World Lightweight title fight happening tonight between Shakur Stevenson and Artem Harutyunyan. As always, we apologise if I've said that name wrong. It's not my speciality. I'm sorry. Elliot, Shakur Stevenson back in action. Has maybe been a bit of a hot and cold fighter in the past. And he's up against a decent competitor in Artem. I'm gonna call him. Just got the one loss on his record to Frank Martin, but if we're being honest, Stevenson fully expected to win this fight. Give us your final prediction, please.
You know what? First of all, thanks for having me. I think it's a tough one, really, because I was thinking on the one hand, like you mentioned, like Stevenson, he's like a hot and cold fight. I don't think it's a tough one in the sense that Stevenson will win. I was just thinking, would Stevenson be motivated to try and stop him? It is one of where I'm thinking. I'm not, to be honest, I'm not entirely convinced. I could kind of see this guy going 12 rounds of Shakur Stevenson and losing a wide UD. I know Paul, I think, was on the preview with me, and Paul was calling for a late stoppage. I could kind of see that happening as well. But for some reason, I just got this. You can't tell. I really can't tell with Shakur Stevenson. Sometimes he wants it, sometimes he doesn't. And I've just got a real feeling that Frank Martin took this guy the distance. I reckon Shakur Stevenson could do the same. I really do. I think this could be 12 rounds. Shakur Stevenson convincing UD victory.
Yeah, it's I struggle to disagree with you. I think, look, I just want to say I'm a big fan of Shakur Stevenson. I think he's a generational talent. I would pick him to beat anybody at 135. I really would. You do want to see him in what I'm going to call a super fight in the next 12 months. He's not a young fighter anymore, and he's not fighting nobodies. He's fighting decent fighters. But yeah, I'm gonna go the same as you, Elliot. I'm gonna go for Shakur Stevenson to win pretty much a shutout, I imagine. But I think that stoppages will come in his career. He's got stoppages in the past. Remember when he knocked down Oscar Valdez in their fight, which obviously isn't easy to do. Stopped Jamel Herring, so power is there. So we'll see. It's not. I don't feel like we need to kind of dive into how he's going to win or how many rounds we expect him to win or anything like that. We're kind of keeping it clear and simple here. But I do want to ask you, what do you think is in store for Shakur Stevenson's career in the next 12 months? I'm kind of asking this because there's strong rumors now. I'm not going to say strong rumors that Gervonta Davis and Vasyl Lomachenko are going to be facing each other later in the year. And I'm just wondering what position that puts Stevenson in. As unification fights look fairly limited. William Zepeda is somebody that fights this weekend as well. He's expected to stay undefeated. Frank Martin, obviously just lost to Gervonta Davis in a fight that was competitive at the time. Happy for you to kind of throw any more names at me. Kind of George Kambosos is another name still in the lightweight division. As I've said, the reason I'm asking you this is because I want to see Stevenson in a big fight before the end of the year. What's your head telling you? What sort of direction do you see him going in if he is victorious tonight? Of course,
I think it's interesting one that you mentioned. I suppose that the Gervonta Davis Lomachenko kind of curveball is what kind of swings it, because I was looking at this and thinking, well, if he beats this guy who's obviously lost to Frank Martin, does it kind of propel him maybe into a Frank Martin fight? Does he go to Gervonta Davis route after that? I could see that possibly happening. If Davis and Lomachenko fight, I could see him fighting someone like Frank Martin next, do a job on Frank Martin, and then maybe trying to step to Gervonta Davis after that. I wouldn't mind seeing. I mean, we've had Kambosos a weird fighter on this channel. We've given him respect for what he's accomplished, but also a lot of people are saying he's not that sort of aberrant win that he had over Ciro Lopez seems just quite bizarre. So we'll have. But I wouldn't mind seeing Shakur fight Kambosos, frankly. Like you say, it's a name on that list. But to be honest with you, I'd also be looking at maybe unification, maybe taking someone like Berencic. I would not also, like you, I struggle to pick anyone beating Shakur Stevenson, frankly. I think I would have him heavy favourite against Berencic if he was going to fight there. Maybe gets caught up in having to defend his title in a mandatory against someone like Muratalla. Hopefully not. But I think out of those names, I wouldn't mind seeing him fight Frank Martin or Berencic next, frankly, and then maybe step to Gervonta Davis or Loma, depending on how that one finishes. But I think, to your point really about Shakur Stevenson in this fight as well, it's almost, we're deep into the Euros, but it's almost, Shakur Stevenson to me is almost like Gareth Southgate's perfect fighter, man. Like he's just got all the talent, all the ability, but just no risk. He was sort of sitting there, just sort of sitting back, take the UD, and we really want to see him in there with someone like Davis, just to see him get tested. And see him to hopefully come under hot water. And we know also what Davis is like when he touches people; they tend to go. So that's the fight I really want to see. So whatever route goes there, whether it goes through Frank Martin first, happy to have that. But that's the one I want to see next, really after Davis Loma, which we can get onto a different time, but which I'd actually favour Davis to win.
Yeah, no, we'll see. Look, I think nice Euros reference, by the way. Enjoy how much time you spent thinking about that. Enjoyed that. But yeah, I think we're singing from the same hymn sheet here, Elliot. I think the only thing I'll kind of round things off at is Zepeda fights this weekend. He's undefeated. He's a relevant name. He's also very well positioned with all the governing bodies. So I wonder if that fight could happen next. But the way the WBC are, the way boxing is, I wouldn't guarantee it. But I think that's a good fight against a dangerous fighter. So that's a fight I'd like to see, and that's a fight that I feel like is realistic as well. There's also another factor with rumours about Shakur Stevenson signing with Eddie Hearn's Matchroom as well, which obviously opens up a different can of worms in terms of who you do and who you don't work with. But we'll see. Look, I think we're in agreement in saying we want to see Shakur Stevenson in some massive fights over the next couple of years. He's an unbelievable talent, but we will see. He has to get past Artem first, and we'll see if he does that tonight. Elliot, thank you for your time. Thank you for your final prediction as always, and I will speak to you very, very soon.
Thank you very much, mate. As always, guys, thank you very much for watching.